Darling, I felt sad that you couldn't acknowledge my Thanksgiving invitation or even the flowers that I sent.
I gave the flowers to my father. They brightened up his hospital.
Do you think I might come in just for a short time?
I don't think so. After what Dusty told me about the last time that you were here when he wouldn't cooperate.
Darling, you know that if I overreact, you know me and you know why. It's because I love you and I am frustrated and I feel helpless. Apparently you can forget the 18 years that you were my daughter. I can't. I am not unaware of my many mistakes with you and the misunderstandings, and I want all the craziness to stop now.
The craziness has stopped. It stopped the day that I moved in with Dusty, and I have you to thank for that, for all of this. Because if it weren't for you, I would never be able to realize what Holden was really like, and I never would have realized how happy I could be here with Dusty.
Are you happy? Let me come in. Let's put these in water. I want to talk to you about Holden. I may have misjudged his true feelings for you.
Maggie, come on, tell me. Were you up at the Ruxton Hills house with Tonio that night when Stenbeck was shot?
I got a class.
You're not going anywhere until you tell me what you know. Now, I'm not going to volunteer it, but if the police ask me outright, I'm going to tell them that I saw Tonio up there that night. I told Tonio that I would.
Holden, you can't.
Now, you can't. Why? Huh? Do you think that Tonio killed James Stenbeck, Meg?
No.
Well, then what is it? Why are you so uptight? Why are you so
Because
rowdy?
everybody in this town hates Tonio. If they found out that he was up there that night, they would try to pin this murder on him. Lucinda Dixon is out there right now looking for evidence. Do you know that she actually called Tonio that night and purposely told him exactly where James Stenbeck was?
I know that.
You know that? What do you mean you know that?
Listen to me. Just listen to me. When you called me that night when I was in Wyoming, you said you were terrified of James Stenbeck. Why?
Because I was alone in the house and he was on the news. I've already told you that.
Don't give me that, all right? Was Stenbeck in contact with you or Tonio?
No.
I can tell by that look in your eyes. I know you're lying, Maggie. If Tonio was working with James Stenbeck and was in danger of being found out about, it gives him perfect motive to want to kill James Stenbeck.
Tonio couldn't have killed James. He was killed with Barbara Ryan's gun. They found the gun in her hand.
Wait a second. Now, wait a second. Tonio was having an affair with Barbara Ryan during that Channing investigation. You remember? He knew what her apartment was like, and I'm sure that he knew that she had a gun. He could have went to the apartment, got the gun, and used it to kill James Stenbeck, and then possibly plan it on Barbara Ryan to make her look guilty.
Paul? Paul, wait! What? Think through, please.
Mom, you've been arrested for murder, and I can help prove you're innocent.
No.
I've got to tell her that I had the gun and the bullets in my jacket.
I know you want to help me, and I appreciate it, but you get involved, it's only going to complicate the situation, and it won't help me figure out how I got that gun in my hand, and Hal already believes that I'm innocent.
If he does, then why'd he arrest you?
Because of circumstantial evidence. But it's not over, honey. They're still investigating.
Mom, if anything happens to you after everything I've...
Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen, but you can't get involved because it won't help.
It's like he's still trying to hurt you, even now that he's gone.
The worst is over. And if we stick together, your father will never hurt us again.
Award winner, As the World Turns. This portion brought to you today by Spick & Span Pine, the pine with the power to clean faster and leave a fresh scent. And by New Secret, Spring Breeze Scent.
Paul, this isn't easy on either one of us. But I'm going to have to ask you to be older and stronger than I have any right to expect.
And I won't let let you down. I promise.
No, I know you won't. I know you won't.
You know, this is all my fault. If I hadn't gone away with him,
No, it's not. This is not your fault. Your father's the only one to blame. But we're free now.
Yeah. I still don't understand why I can't tell them about the gun.
Paul, you can't tell them about the gun because it's too late. If you went to the police now and told them that, you've already told them that you lied about summer camps and about Hillsborough and about your father's contact. If you changed your story, they would think that you were lying to protect me.
But it's not a lie. It's just a part of the truth I haven't told him yet.
No.
If Hal believes that you're innocent, then I can tell him about the gun.
And you're going to promise me that you won't even tell anyone else that you knew about the gun.
Okay, fine. If you're sure.
Yeah.
I'll get that.
Oh, hi, Paul,
Hey.
honey. I'm so sorry I heard about your mom.
Yeah, everything's gonna be fine.
Yep, everything's going to be just fine.
Barbara, I don't know what to say. Well, there's nothing to say.
I have a good attorney, and I know I'm innocent.
Do you remember more about what happened that night?
Things are starting to come back. I remember that I heard 2 shots while I was still outside. Which means that someone killed James before I got inside the house. I may have had the gun later on, but at least I know I wasn't the one who pulled the trigger. Darling, you rushed into the situation. When you heard things you didn't like about Holden, don't be like Sierra, who rushed off and got herself married to Tonio.
I hope that you're not comparing Dusty to Tonio.
Oh, darling, of course I am not doing that. I like Dusty. I like him. I would be happy if you two were together. I mean, not this way. Not if it's an escape. If you're lying, baby, if you're lying about your feelings, you're going to hurt those 2 young men just as much as you're going to hurt yourself.
Holden is not hurting. I'm sure you've heard. Holden is engaged to Emily Stewart.
Yes, my dear, but that could be viewed as a desperate act of a young man.
Desperate?
Disappointed, yes.
Desperate. Yes, you're right. He's desperate. I guess he's desperate for money. Because Emily Stewart has a trust fund, too.
Baby, I don't know if he's so smitten with Emily Stewart if he's up on the knoll every night spying on this carriage house.
How'd you find out about
Well, I found out about it because Dusty told John.
You never cease to amaze me. Here you are, you're sitting here, you're pleading Holden's case.
No, I am not. No. I am here because I am the devil's advocate, baby. I am here to speak. I'm trying to speak calmly so that, look, you're into honesty. You care about honesty. You must be honest with yourself first. If you have the faintest deep feelings for Holden, you cannot set up a new relationship with a new guy. And wonderful as Dusty is, and I know he is, does he do it for you? Is he as exciting as Holden was? Darling, trust is wonderful. It's very nice, but passion, love. I understand you had a big fight with Holden up at the farm. Big eyes, why are you looking at me like that?
I just want to know what you want. What do you want?
I want you to be happy.
There's got to be something else. There's got to be. What? Why are you doing this to me? Oh, I see. I get it. You think I'm going to leave Dusty? I won't have Dusty or Holden. I'll come back to you. Is that what it is?
No. I want you to be my daughter. I want to be your mother. Very much. And it's a good thing, and it doesn't preclude a lovely young man. The right man who loves you the right way. Don't, come on.
What's going on? Are you upsetting Lily again?
I guess I am. You don't have to throw me out. Just think about what I said.
Come here. What does she want you to think about?
It doesn't matter. I'm just glad that you're home.
How can you make such wild accusations about Tonio? He just gave you a job, for God's sakes, and a chance to buy full partnership into his business.
That business may not be worth a dime if he turns out to be a murderer.
He did not kill James Stenbeck. He didn't have Barbara Ryan's gun. He never went near her apartment that night.
How do you know that?
I followed him.
Okay, I think we need to take this from the top, okay?
Okay, fine, fine. I will tell you if you promise that you are not going to go to the police and tell them that you saw him at Rexton Hills that night, not even if they ask you outright.
I can't do that. But for your own sake, you better tell me everything that you know.
God, I promised Tonio I wouldn't say anything.
Come on, Maggie, look, you're my sister. I care about you, and I want to protect you. Now, please, just tell me everything.
Okay. Okay. The night that James Stenbeck was murdered, Tonio and I had a fight, and he was going to go after Stenbeck. And he wanted to take his gun, but I had hidden it. So he said that he was going to go to the office and get another gun that he had kept there. Well, that really scared me, so I went and I got the gun from where I was hiding it, and I followed him. Well, he went to the office, but he only stayed there a few minutes, and then he went up to Ruxton Hills. Oh, but it was raining, and it was dark out, and I got stopped at a red light, so I just waited at this intersection until he started coming back down the hill. So I got out of my car, and I was flagging him down, and I got him to stop the car, and I got in, and, well, that's when I thought that he might have killed James Stenbeck because I saw him wiping blood off his hands, and he was furious with me. He made me get out of the car and told me to follow him home.
Was that when you called me at the Grand Prix?
Yes, but that was before I found out the truth. Okay, he never got into the house that night, not at all. The blood on his hand, it was from a bush. He cut his hand on a bush, and his gun was never fired that night, so he couldn't possibly have killed James Stenbeck.
If Tonio wasn't in contact with James Stenbeck, what was he doing up at Ruxton Hills in the first place?
He said that he was going to protect his honor.
From what? What are you talking about?
Well, he was tired of being used. Oh, stop badgering me. You're treating me like some sort of criminal.
Meg, come on, you're getting late for class.
Okay. All right, look, promise me you're not going to say one word about this.
Hi, it's Holden Snyder. I need some advice.
Well, most of the evidence is circumstantial, but it could prove damaging.
She had the motive, the gun was in her hand, and the man was shot from behind. If Barbara doesn't remember anything more, I don't know how we're going to build a defense.
There wasn't a paraffin test to see if she actually fired the gun?
No, she was wandering around in the rain, soaked to the skin, half out of her mind when Hal Munson found her, so he rushed her straight over to the hospital, where they cleaned her up, so much for the test.
Well, I wonder who'll be prosecuting.
Tom, as far as I know.
Considering the family connection, I just assumed he'd bow out.
Well, I think he feels a real responsibility to the taxpayers to do the job he was elected to do.
Yeah, well, the press is going to have a field day if anybody remembers that Barbara left Tom at the altar in order to marry Stenbeck.
Wait a minute, Greg. You've known Tom a lot longer than I have. Now, do you think he can put aside his personal feelings and prosecute objectively?
Absolutely.
So do I.
Look, I got an appointment. Did you see all the messages that Alice left on your desk? Thornton Converse called a number of times. I'll see you later. Hey, Roy, how you doing?
Hey, fine, counsel. How's about you?
I can't complain.
Hey, special delivery for a special lady. The transcript she wanted, and there's a little bonus in there.
House questioning of Emily Stewart?
Yeah, you got a friend on the force.
Wait a minute. I think we better lay down some ground rules. This could be a very volatile case.
Hey, wait. I'm not seriously suggesting that I would leak some classified information. There's nothing wrong with you seeing those files.
All right. But I don't want you jeopardizing your career or my case. We can't even have an appearance of impropriety.
I know you're not implying that we shouldn't see each other at all until this thing is over.
No, but I just think we need to keep business separate from personal, okay?
Yeah, well, I can't deny that I would really love to help you.
You want to help? You tie up some of those loose ends for me so that my client will never have to go to trial.
Why? You think she did it?
Now, you know better than to ask that.
Sorry.
Yes, Alice. Tell Mr. Converse that I can't talk to him. Tell him that I'm in a meeting, and if he calls back, just put him off.
Converse, as in Converse, Burnham and Carey, your old law firm in Chicago. You don't have time to talk to a senior partner?
No, I don't.
Well, what if it's important? What if it's none of my business?
Look, nothing is more important right now than clearing Barbara Ryan.
Yeah. Okay. Look, I will come back by for those, okay?
I was involved with Thornton Converse for over a year, Margot, before I finally came to my senses and broke it off.
Why are you making such wild accusations against Tonio? He gave you a job, for God's sake, not to mention a chance to buy full partnership in his business.
That business may not be worth a dime if Tonio turns out to be a murderer.
Holden? Something I can help you find?
No, Tonio. I was just trying to become more familiar with some of our clients.
Ah, that's very nice. But I want you to concentrate on the Viscontis. They're going to be making their trip here very soon now.
Okay, I just wish I could figure out his filing system, though. When's she going to be back?
Well, she may not be back. Now that you've come on board, Mr. Giroux may decide to keep her in Chicago.
Well, we're going to need someone, though, especially if we keep expanding. And we will keep expanding.
I have 2 more appointments this afternoon with clients of Lucinda Walsh.
Well, that's great. But remember, I'm going to need some time off so I can get married.
How is that going? Full speed ahead?
Yeah, you bet. And I expect that you and Maggie are going to be there.
Great, I'd be delighted. Well, they say the best way to forget an old love is to find a new one, right?
Oh, my heavens, what have I walked in on? What a filthy male chauvinist thing to say.
Not exclusively male, Lucinda. If I remember correctly, you jumped right from James Stenbeck to John Dixon.
Oh!
But what can we do for you? If you're here to find some of your former clients, you've come to the right place. Montgomery & Associates have absorbed many defectors from your management consulting division.
No, darling, I don't want anything to do with you. I'm here to talk to Mr. Snyder.
Well, I'm sorry I can't stay to watch the fun, but I have a business to run.
Excuse me. If you came to talk to me about another job offer, you can forget about it. I'm about to become a full partner in Montgomery & Associates.
Full partner? That takes a lot of money. Well, look, dear. I just want to talk to you about Lily.
No, it's too late for that, too.
Darling, it shouldn't have been me. I shouldn't have been the one to tell Lily that you were withholding the truth from her. It should have been between the two. I was worried about you. She's so worried about you. She called on me in the office today. Now, if you really love Lily, and if Lily really loves you, isn't this a ghastly mistake to fall into marriage?
Look, I already told you it's too late, all right? Ivor has no business meddling in my affairs, and neither do you. So why don't you just go and get out of here?
Seems to me, at last count, there are 4 people's happiness at stake here.
Lily's happiness has already been decided by her. And my happiness is right here in this office because this is a job that I like. It's got a great future ahead of me. I got a woman that I love. And the best thing of all about this is I don't have to put up with your interference.
Excuse me. I'm a little early.
No, you're not. Please come in. Miss Dixon was just leaving.
Darling, I hope you're not making a ghastly mistake.
No, I don't think so. By the way, please, I hope you'll be able to attend the wedding.
Woo!
Did you get the contract? Okay, I'm about to become a full partner in this business, and I was just wondering about a few things. Let's just say that, Mr. Reyes, by some chance, was unable to continue in his present condition. What would my status be?
You'd be in sole control of Montgomery & Associates until such time as Mr. Reyes or Craig Montgomery himself were to return. Do you have a specific situation in mind?
No, I just thought it was something that I should know.
Mom, I'm gonna go see if I can find Andy.
That's fine, honey. Listen, though, if any of those kids give you a hard time...
I can handle it.
Paul.
Yeah?
Why don't you watch what you say to Andy, okay?
Sure.
Why should Paul watch what he says to Andy? Andy's really the only friend that he has through all this. Is he hiding something from me?
No, that's not what I meant. Barbara, how do you know who you can trust lately? How do you know who is your friend and who isn't? Somebody's very happy that you've been arrested, Barbara.
You mean whoever really shot James?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. If it wasn't you, it had to have been somebody else who was up at Ruxton Hills that night. Now, you said you heard 2 gunshots. Then you saw Lucinda standing over the dead body. Now, do you have any better ideas than that?
Well, I haven't given it a lot of thought, Emily. I've been thinking about my own dilemma, you know.
Maybe you should, Barbara.
I have been leaving the detective work up to Hal. That's his job, and he's been very supportive.
Well, I'm glad he's been very supportive of you, because he's been hounding me with questions about guns and questions about why Paul drove the car up to Ruxton Hills.
You know, I've been thinking about that myself, Emily. If you were waiting for Paul in the car, why weren't you behind the wheel with the motor running?
Well, that's very simple. Paul had the car keys in his jacket. I couldn't start the car until he got there anyway.
If the keys were in his jacket, why did he take the keys and leave the jacket?
Well, I don't really know. Maybe he had the keys in his pants pocket. You know, you're starting to sound like Hal. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't... Look, you're the one who's been arrested. You have all the right to ask any questions you want, and so does Hal.
I'm just trying to find the answers, that's all.
Well, what about hypnosis? Are you going to go back to Dr. Michaels again?
Yes, I'm going to go back to Dr. Michaels. Hal and Jessica are insisting on it, and I want to go through it myself as well. And I'm just thankful I have a lot of support around me. Bob and Kim have been terrific.
Bob and Kim are terrific. They have a wonderful relationship. I envy that.
Leaving? Yeah.
Holden and I are going to look at a condominium. Oh, I didn't think this was really the best time to bring this up. I'm marrying Holden Snyder.
Are you kidding? Why?
Because he asked me. And we both need people in our lives right now.
Well, then fine. Get to know him. Don't get married, Emily.
Barbara, I know what I'm doing, okay? But could you please let me tell Paul? Please.
What are you doing?
Oh, well, I did something really stupid before. Really dumb. Oh. Here it is.
Really, isn't that the ring that Holden gave you?
Yeah.
How come it was in the wastebasket?
I guess I had a very childish reaction when I found out that Holden and Emily Stewart are getting married. It's just really...
Holden and Emily are getting married? They don't even know each other.
I know they don't. They're obviously marrying each other because they're both on the rebound, and they're afraid if they wait, they're going to change their minds. That's why I don't think we should hurry, because we're not going to change our minds.
Must have upset you a great deal to have thrown the thing away.
I said it was very dumb, very stupid, and I'll mail it back to him. That's all.
Why would you do that? You're going to open the whole thing up again, Lily, and don't you just want to forget about it?
Would you mind if I just held on to it?
No, if you want to hold on to it, that's fine. Don't wear it. I mean, I gave a lot of things to Pam over the past couple of months, and I don't expect to receive them in the mail,
well,
so...
This is different. It's a ring.
Lily, it's only different if you make it different. I mean, it's... The only thing that's important to me is that you're here with me. Okay?
You're so understanding. If this were Holden, he would be going absolutely crazy.
Thank you. I'm not Holden, and that really has nothing to do with us. It's none of my business, so...
All the units have the wraparound terrace, the latest electronic technology, dimmer lights, built-in sauna, and more seclusion than any other development in the area. You've seen the price list, however.
Oh, cost is no problem at all.
Yeah, I'm about to become a full partner in Montgomery Associates, and then Miss Stewart and I are going to be married.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Stewart, any relation to Dr. David Stewart?
Yes, he's my grandfather.
Oh. The view from the windows will vary depending on the unit you decide, but they're all equally impressive.
This is the place we want.
Well, this is the model apartment.
No,
But I can
this
give
is
you...
the one, and we want it complete with all the furnishings.
I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this is used for demonstration purposes.
Well, I'm sure it can be arranged for the right price. Listen, it's 5 now. We're going to need to know your answer by 7. And if it doesn't work out, we'll go someplace else.
Well, I'll see what I can do. Where can I reach you?
We're going to wait right here. We're going to check the place out, see if there's any additional items we might need. Are those the keys?
This is somewhat irregular. What? I'd hate to disappoint you since you seem so enthusiastic about the place. I'll get back to you.
You know something? You're fantastic. No wonder you're such a wonderful businessman. This is perfect. I absolutely love this. You know something, honey? There really is a beautiful view. Isn't that the carriage house that Dusty just rented? Right down there by those trees? Hold it.
I didn't notice.
This portion of As the World Turns has been brought to you today by Crisco Vegetable Oil for today's healthy appetites, and by Attends Bladder Control Protection. We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Hey, what's up, man? Where you been? I've been looking all over for you.
Oh, I went down to watch the football scrimmage, and I walked by Kathy's house. Looks really empty.
You been drinking?
What makes you say that?
It's just, I don't know. Listen, never mind, but I wish you'd get it together. I'm really counting on you.
What? What's happening now?
My mom's been arrested for the murder of my dad.
Is she in jail?
No, they let her out on bail. But I'm really scared for her.
Paul, you should have told the police about taking the bullets out of your mom's gun. Maybe you could have proven her innocent.
I know, but she doesn't want me to say anything. And that means you gotta keep quiet, too. Andy, I have to do what my mom and her lawyer feel is best. Don't you remember what it was like when your mom was on trial?
Yeah, it was hell. But I knew she'd get off.
My mom will, too.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way. But look, if you guys had gone to the police, at first this would never have happened.
I know. But I need you to swear you'll keep out of it.
Anything you say, all right?
Andy, come on, I'm serious.
I said okay.
Okay.
Who do you think did it?
I don't know.
Well, it was all Lucinda and my dad could talk about when I was up at my dad's house for the weekend. They thought I was out of the way.
I know. A lot of people wanted my dad dead.
Lucinda says she knows who did it.
Who?
Tonio Reyes. What? She says she's gonna prove it.
What is she doing?
Oh, Ted.
Hi.
For a friendly face.
What are you doing here?
For me, anything.
Okay.
I'll take it, whatever it is. I'm a stretcher case. Hospital board meeting, darling. Grim. That's being generous and charitable. All those faces. Hospital is in dire financial strain. Everywhere I've been all day. Emotional crises, financial crises, sometimes both.
Well, I'm coming out of mine, if that's any consolation.
Oh, it is. I'm so glad to hear that, dear.
I wish you and Uncle John could come out of yours.
Oh, no. We're not doing so bad. We're doing better. It was nice over the weekend. It was all right.
Yes, it was. I think I just noticed it a little bit more because I spent so much time around you guys. Would it help you two work things out if I was to move out sooner?
I wouldn't hear of it. You promised me that you would never, never desert me, and I'm going to hold you to it.
I just don't want to overstay my welcome, you know.
Not in a million years.
Oh. Ooh. What's the matter?
It just all seems so sad. I mean, I've been all over town today. I have talked and talked. I talked to Lily, I talked to Holden, I talked to everyone. Conclusion, everyone is bent on self-destruction.
Not me. I would always be second choice for Dusty, and that is just not good enough for me.
Darling, that is the first reasonable statement that I have heard all day. Thank heavens I know a positive person. You're my sanity. Oh, it reminds me I have to make a phone call. You're wonderful. You're like a secretary that keeps one thinking. Don't you go away now.
Ah, Pam, can I copy your lecturing notes, please?
Yes, where were you in class?
I knew I couldn't concentrate.
What's wrong?
I just found out that Barbara Ryan has been arrested for murder.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. I wonder if Lucinda knows.
I don't know. I mean, Barbara has not ever been one of my favorite people, but I certainly been wanting to go to jail for a crime that she didn't commit.
You sound pretty sure she's innocent.
Well, no. I mean, I don't know. I mean, how much of a crime is it going to be to kill such a horrible man?
Oh, that's a great attitude to have for a nursing student.
Oh, you know what I mean. The man was poison. I mean, he hurt everybody he came in contact with. Listen, Pam, Tonio's going to be working late tonight, and why don't we grab a pizza? I don't want to go to an empty apartment.
Okay, okay. I have to go to the library first, though, okay? So I'll meet you back here about half an hour.
About half an hour?
Yeah.
All right.
Bye. Bye. Lucinda, did you hear that Barbara Ryan was arrested for murder?
Oh, I knew that, darling. It happened at the TV station earlier today. John, I'm positive it was Tonio. We simply have to find a way to prove it.
If that's okay with you.
Huh? What? Sorry, dear.
I won't be home for dinner. Is that okay with you?
Oh, sure. I just have to go and find Uncle John.
Oh, he's not in his office, because I just went looking for him, and Janet said he was out for a little while.
Oh, well, I just have to pick up something. I know where to find it.
Okay.
You have a nice supper.
You too.
In about 5 minutes, it's going to be 6 o'clock, and I'm going to be out of here, and you should be, too.
Having a half day today, huh?
You put me to shame.
I'm just waiting for a call from Tom.
What's the DA know? Well, hi, Craig.
Bye, Roy. See you tomorrow, Jess.
Yeah, I'll probably still be here. So, type any of those loose ends for me?
Not a one. Seems that Nick Costello has disappeared off the face of the earth.
How does a man steal a speedboat and then just vanish into thin air?
I wish I knew. I do have some information for you. Ed Hamilton was officially appointed assistant district attorney. He's going to be assisting Tom in the Stenbeck case.
That's interesting. But I know you didn't come all the way over here just to tell me that.
Well, I said I was going to pick up my files.
Oh, I'm not finished with them yet.
Well, I did have one other thing on my mind. Like dinner.
Roy, I'm swamped. I'm going to have to take a rain check.
Oh, that's okay. I'll wait.
Could be hours.
All right. I'll tell you what. I'll head over to Emilio's, and if you get a change of heart, you just come on over, huh?
Jess? Sorry to come in unannounced, but your secretary seems to have the day off. Hello, I'm Thornton Converse.
Oh, my pleasure. I know the name. Roy Franklin, detective, Oakdale Police Department.
My pleasure. Please don't let me interrupt your meeting.
No. I was just on my way out. I'll talk to you later, Jessica.
What are you doing here?
You have not returned any of my phone calls.
You're surprised?
Jess, I told you my marriage is over. I want another chance at what we had together.
And I told you that I never wanted to see you again. Not now, not ever.
What's so funny?
Well, I was just thinking about my mother's checklist, about what you should look for when you're buying a new apartment. And this isn't honest. You know, I really hope that Mr. Connors can talk them into selling us this place.
Well, we got squatters' rights now.
Well, I think it's perfect for us. It's contemporary, it's sleek, it's permanent.
Suits you.
Oh, yeah? Suits you, too. Especially now that you're going to be a full partner at Montgomery and Associates. You're going to need a place like this to entertain your clients.
You won't mind?
Mine? Oh, I would love to do that for you.
We are going to give Lucinda Dixon a run for her money.
Yeah, you're damn right we are.
Because I have a good job now. I'm good at it. And we're going to get all the things that we want. We're going to have the money, we're going to have the power, and we're going to gain it the right way. And we're going to get all the respect that goes along with it. Yeah. Mama is going to like that. And I'm going to like giving it to her.
You know something, homie? I'll bet your mother would love a grandchild.
It's too soon. What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Mr. Connor is going to be back very soon. I want to check out the sauna before he gets here.
This is going to be perfect.
What are you reading?
Business law.
Business law? That's boring. That's dull.
It's very interesting, Lily. You'd love this.
I had enough business growing up around Walsh Enterprises.
But wait a second. I mean, then you're not really going to appreciate my aspirations to be a businessman one day.
It's fine for you. As long as we have to talk about stock options and everything over dinner, please.
Okay, hold on a second. Wait. What are you going to do?
What am I going to do with what?
With your life. I mean, besides the fact that you're going to be Mrs. Dusty Donovan, what else will you do?
I don't know.
Well, you signed up for things at school. What did you sign up for?
Liberal arts.
Liberal arts.
I'll be a
That's
liberal artist. I'm very liberal artist.
Lily, what about the important things? What
What
about
are the important
pre-law,
things to you?
pre-med, basket weaving, elevator operation?
That's what I'm going to do.
You're so hopeless.
I don't know. Well, it could be worse. I don't care. I don't care what I do with my life, just as long as it's mine. And Lucinda Walsh doesn't interfere.
Tonio's working late tonight, and I really hate to go home to an empty house.
Well, Mr. Reyes, if you have a secret hiding here, I will ferret it out.
Tonio couldn't have killed James. He was killed with Barbara Ryan's gun. They found the gun in her hand.
Wait a second. Now, wait a second. Tonio was having an affair with Barbara Ryan during that Channing investigation. You remember? He knew what her apartment was like, and I'm sure that he knew that she had a gun. He could have went to the apartment, got the gun, and used it to kill James Stenbeck, and then possibly plan it on Barbara Ryan to make her look guilty.
Hey, right? Oh, yeah. God, I'm so ready to get out of this hospital. Oh, I'm so glad we're going out tonight. I really need to talk to somebody.
Well, I'm starving. Can we eat first and then talk later?
Well, okay.
Oh, Meg, there you are. Hello, Pam.
Hi.
I called the apartment, but there was no answer.
Oh, Pam and I were going to go for a pizza.
Well, look, I had a great day today. How about if I take the two of you to Mona Lisa for dinner?
I think three's company, don't you?
Well, that doesn't apply to married couples.
Oh, come on.
Especially married couples. I'll see you in the morning. Bye.
Good night.
Well, I just took another client away from Lucinda Walsh, so let's celebrate.
Tonio, I really think we need to talk about something. It's important. Do you think we could just go home?
Yes, Dad, I know Arnold Gephardt. He's the best physics student in the whole school. That's great. I'm glad you know his father, but I really don't need any help making friends right now. Yeah, Paul's here. We're studying. I'm sure he is. We're all worried about his mom. Dad, look, yes, I will tell you if I have any problems, but right now, my only problem is I need to study. Okay, bye.
He wants you to become friends with Gephardt? He's such a nerd. Gephardt, I'm not your father.
Yes, I know.
Hi.
Hi, Barbara. I'm really sorry about what happened.
It does me real good to come in here and see you two guys together. I'm glad Paul has such a good friend.
I'm gonna go wash up for dinner.
Andy seems a little on edge.
Yeah, his dad's on his case, that's all.
I don't feel so good about him knowing about the gun, Paul.
He's not gonna say anything.
How can you be so sure?
Because he gave me his word, and, well, he's never let me down before.
Hi. Andy told me you were in here.
You have news?
I'll leave you guys alone, put my books away, and you can fill me in later.
Okay. It's bad, isn't it?
We're just going to have to work a lot faster than we expected. Tom's office called, and he's getting a lot of pressure to move ahead with this case. So we're going to go before the grand jury by the end of the week.
Connor certainly knows a good deal when he sees one.
That's right, just like us.
We have a place of our own already. Isn't that terrific?
Mm-hmm. And we have the license. Blood tests are all over with. And we have the chapel I reserved. You better watch out, or you're going to be Mrs. Holden Snyder before you know it.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Remember, Paul, you can't ever tell anyone about the baby. Too neat. The whole place is too neat.
Yuck. Where would I be if I were incriminating evidence? I don't know. No. Well, socks. Heavens. Oh, Meg, I can. How sweet. Somebody's very good. What is that? It shouldn't be in. It's the wrong place for a retentive. Oh, I think I've got something. I think I've got you. I've got you, Tonio. I've got your number.
Tonio, why don't you give me a chance to explain?
Why is an explanation always necessary for everything that you do? Come back here, Meg. I'm talking to you. Meg, come here. I don't believe you. Why did you tell your brother everything that happened that night?
I don't know. I can't even think while you're yelling at me.
All right, you said you could explain, so explain. Why are you so bent on destroying our lives?
Leather and suede fashions courtesy of Alicia Herrera.